everybody. Today is Sunday. I'm Carol. Welcome to Free Spirit Arts. Hold on, I'm going to plug you in. There you go. Had to reset the phone because the storage was full. It kept shutting off. I can't remember how to make this phone so that it doesn't link with all my other phones. So the memory, it affects the memory. Anyway, I'm watching Shannon at Mixed Media, Minnesota. I watched her the other day and she made some adorable tags that she got from Tatty Treasures, I think. Anyway, they're adorable. And just so happens, I have like scads of upholstery fabric. Still going to leave this down even though I don't like the sound of it because I need it all grunged up for the journal. I was going to make some tags and then I tripped over this box and said, you know what? You have tags, girl. You have tags. You have little tags, big tags, half-done tags, ugly tags. You got tags. So I'm going to use some of these tags. That's pretty just like it is. Oh, okay. That's why it's in there. Ooh, that's pretty. Why are you in there? I thought I went through this just not too long ago. Okay, there's something that can be gone over. I really wanted something more substantial. Yeah, these are tags from a big collage that I really didn't like it. I've saved them and I still don't like it. Okay. I can't remember what I made those for. Ooh, that's got to go in the journal. I got a basket going for the journal. Ooh, that's got to go in the journal. Ooh. I want to say this is Artie Mays, just because it's beautiful. Thought I had more. Yeah, I just don't really, I don't like the way that turned out. This was cool. This was a Kleenex box. The top of a Kleenex box. Okay, so maybe I don't have as many tags as I thought. That's a nice tag back. What is this, girl? Yeah, this is the disadvantage of saving half-done projects. Large tea bags. Yeah, not really. Oh, cute. There's one, there's one. Okay, that'll get us started. And I do have Shannon on the television over there, so I can look up and refresh my memory. So look at these. This is what I got from 2.5 Mile Arts. And I think they still have some sample packs. But look at these. They're gorgeous. That's kind of a tweed. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize I had that. Oh, wow. Just beautiful creams and, oh, that's like a suede. Okay, so out of these, what do I want? Let's do, it's kind of a big print. kind of like this one. And already I gotta blow my nose. Sorry, guys. I think it's the fabric and the paper dust. Okay, so the first thing she did, okay, she covered the whole tag. I don't want to cover the whole tag. Maybe I'll cover this part. Okay, let me see if I can get this. Well, that was easy. Oh. Oh, yay. Oh, cool beans. Okay. So, sew your buttons. Ugly. Ugly. So let's do 3 of them. And I'm thinking, I'm hoping anyway, that I think I'm going to do one at a time. I want to see if, oh, hold the phone. I don't want to have to cut through this and that, so let's turn this into a tag. If I can. So it'll do 2.5, and this is 2.5-ish. In the past, I've been just rounding the corners, but I kind of like it elongated more. So tomorrow, which would be February 1, no, that's not true. Tomorrow's not February 1. Tomorrow is the 31st of January, so it'll be Tuesday. We should get our prompts from Mimi and Annie and that's crooked, but I don't know why. It's fine. Melody. M-A-M. Mimi or Melissa. Annie from Annie Creates. And Melody from Melody Made. They're doing the collage with us. So once a month they'll give you prompts. I did last month. Okay, I like this. All right, now I'm ready. And then what else? There's some, I wanted to send Sherry Jones a tag, and I never got it done, and today's the 30th, so it's too late, I assume. She's doing a giveaway. I'm really curious to see if this will go through or not. And then there's Shannon's project that she's doing, which is this, which is Inspired Weekly Challenge, Inspired Art. I know that Fabri-Tac sticks to just about everything, but I'd like to, if I can, I can't find, oh there it is. I'd like to just sand this a little bit. Tammy did her giveaway, her 1-year anniversary giveaway. And Joe from Joe's Jersey Journals, she is still taking opening mail for her big giveaway. She's doing a really cool giveaway. I've never seen one quite like it. She is asking everybody to send one thing in an envelope, which a lot of people are sending boxes, huge D-stashes, but I just sent one thing. A tag or some lace or some paper or a doodad or a charm or just anything you want. Send it to her. Her P.O. box is in the description of all of her videos. She's gathering all this stuff. She's going to put it all together and send it to the winner. Or if they're not a crafter or something, she said she would go ahead and just make them a journal with all this stuff. Isn't that cool? I thought it was a great idea. On this, I have those pinking shears, so I might go ahead and keep up with the zigzag cut there. I don't know, we'll see. Let's see, who else have I watched? I watched Lindsay Weinrich. She does Sat Chat every Saturday, and she did 4 things. I think it was 4 things that she regretted buying. 2 of them I was really surprised because they were Tim Holtz sprays and Tim Holtz sprays and Tim Holtz something else. Can't remember what else it was. Okay, this needs to sit for a minute. Let me show you what I've got now. I had forgotten that I did these, but these will be, maybe not that one because it has seeds, but this one definitely will be perfect for this shabby journal. This is more steampunk, probably won't use it. In fact, why don't I just take this one and this one? Nope. This one and this one out. This is more travel. Okay, I thought I had stuff in here for the journal, but there. Okay. Oh, let me show you what I did with the envelope. So I put this little strap on the back. It's just a catch strap. And the inside, this little notebook, I just love the way it turned out. I just love it. I had a little bag of these little buds, so I rubbed some Distress on it, and then I put 2 others on there. I did stamp some with my little I think it's a Tim Holtz stamp. I'm not sure. This one here. I think this is one of the ones I got at Joann's at 40% off. And then, so it's just a little notebook. I think that needs to be cut. Nope. Just a little notebook. I stapled it with my tiny attacher and then covered it up. I really like the way that turned out. I didn't like it at all at first, but I really kind of love it now. Really grungy, and the more you use it, the grungier it'll get. And then I took some labels, little scrap, this and that. I want to put something here. In fact, no, squirrel. I love this little blue, accidental blue in the corner. So I did that. Okay, I'm gonna cut these now. Uh-oh. I think maybe I better call Jimmy and say, don't throw any of that away. I took a bunch of it when I was out to his house, and he tried to talk me into taking more, and I was like, no, I better not. And now I'm thinking, oh, I should have. I want to leave just a little edge there. This one, I am going to just leave the back because I like it. I think this is Stamperia Shabby Rose paper, I think. We'll see. I think it is. I'll just leave the ruffle at the bottom. Whoa, let's cut that straight. How about that? My husband, you might hear him banging around. He is a man who gets bored easily. So he is now downstairs. I really don't know what he's doing for sure. Oh, no, one thing I know for sure. He's going to empty out the freezer, the chest freezer, and haul all that food upstairs and take it out to the garage, and we're going to put the freezer out in the garage so that it doesn't get full of sheetrock dust, because they're going to be sheetrocking down there. Oh my gosh, I just looked up. Shannon went, her channel, it went to the next video on her channel, and she's doing that little notebook for her spring journal. Oh, I love that journal. Okay. Let's get rid of the scrap. Okay, now paper. Because they're already tags. Oh, I need music paper or something. So let's look and see what I have in my little spare whatever first, and then we'll go from there. Ooh, this would probably be really pretty. Nah. Ooh, there's some needed holding. Let me see if I can't make use of that. I so bad need to go through this. Oh, there's a tag. There's a tag. I'm looking for, oh, let's use that. There's some good stuff in here. I think I must have just dumped a box in here when I was cleaning and thought, oh, I'll get to that later. Yeah, well, oh yeah, this is stuff left over from, that's so pretty. I could use that to make some tags out of. And this. But that's not what I'm going for right this minute. I'm going for music paper or, I could have swore I had a big piece of music paper, but apparently I don't, so I'll get some. I'll just grab a piece. I'll probably use more than that, so. This is old. I got this a couple years ago at an estate sale. And I don't know how old it is, but it aged really dark. 1939. So, pretty old. Okay, let's tear this off. Yeah, so husband is downstairs getting ready. We did have a couple of, we thought they were framers, but really they can do everything. They can do the finish work, sheetrock, frame, tile, paint. There are guys. Problem is, they're really busy. So we're hoping that they will make room for us. I kind of like that letter. I don't know why, but I don't like the blanks, but well, yeah, that'll be okay because I can put a little label there or something. And then this one will go about right there. And that one, let's see, we may not want that. That's a lot of music. So I told my husband this morning, I'm like, hey, I feel good enough to go for a walk. Do you want to go for a walk? He's a power walker. I mean, he likes to turn a walk into exercise. But he knows I can't do that. But he said, sure. It's our anniversary. So we decided to go for a walk. And just out our driveway, you're either going to have to go up, and then on your way home, you'll be going down. Or you go down, and on your way home, you're going to be coming up. So I decided I wanted to go up first. And he obliged, which was sweet of him. I like that. I'm wondering if I need, just something underneath there, maybe. Maybe like just a little, yeah, so we went for a little walk. Now, he goes all the way down the hill, up to the dead end, where the road dead ends, and then there's a little path that goes around the mountain, and he follows that all the way around and comes back the other way. That didn't happen for me. I said, no, I think I'm good, just right here. So okay, I'm gonna do just around the edge here, and then I'll tuck that other piece in and do it. But I walked 40 minutes. Shouldn't have walked at all. Our air, oh my gosh. We're in the middle of an inversion, and the air is frigid cold and filthy. It says, something by her ever, something his own responsibility. Yes, miss something. That's a good one. Makes you wonder what else the conversation is. Yeah, I definitely like this little 1C that's poking out. Doesn't mean a hill of beans to me, but maybe it will to somebody else. Okay, I feel like we're on a roll here. Let's do this one. I know that's jagged, but it's okay with me for right now because I can do stuff with the stitching, the sewing. Okay, I like that. But I do think we can do just a little bit better. Oh, you know, I told you I wanted to share this with you guys because I thought it was a neat idea, and maybe I'm just slow to the party and I've never seen it before, but I thought it was a great idea. Remember last week I told you we have new neighbors. We can see their back deck from our back deck. Well, I noticed that they had a golden doodle, and my husband said they had two, but I only ever saw one. Well, while I was gone one day, right after they moved in, their golden doodle got loose and came over here, which was fun, I guess, because he or she played with our dogs, which was cute. However, we were worried about, I'm going to tear this and ink it so it gives it just a little character. We were worried about the coyote getting it because it was loose, but anyway, it went home, we assumed, and I like that. Yesterday, Yesterday, we got a piece of paper tucked in our doorknob, and it was a cute little note about, hi, my name is, can't remember, there was 2 dogs and 3 cats, and we're new to the neighborhood, and my mom and dad try real hard to keep us home, but we keep sneaking out. If you see us, we live at da-da-da-da-da. Here's our email and phone number. And it had pictures, which was really helpful because they're golden doodles and they shave them in the summer. And he or she had pictures of the 2 golden doodles in the winter and in the summer. So I thought that was adorable. So now I have pictures and their email and their phone numbers if the dogs should break out and come over and act like they're lost. I thought that was a great idea. Great idea. You know, when you move into a new neighborhood, you know, you worry about the animals not being able to make it home if they do break out. I really like this. This was that sewing paper. Probably should save it for a bigger tag, but I'm kind of excited to use it, so there. Beautiful. So, yeah, these guys, the heck? Oh, that's my husband. He's drilling holes to put he's got to make some new outlets. Is that how that was? I guess it was because it went down like this. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, so I hope they have time for us. I hope, I hope, I hope. So I'll get all the sewing done and then I'll back them with something to write on. And I normally do not make the ephemera first, but I'm finding my way into this shabby chic girl, and I'm excited to make ephemera, so by the time I get quite a bit of ephemera made, I'll probably have a pretty good idea of what I'm planning for the rest of her. I know I want the cover to be fabric, but I'm not sure if I want it fabric on top of cardstock. I mean, like a cereal box, you know, or what, for sure yet. Oh, I can't, can I? It's so bad for your machine to sew on wet glue. Let's punch a hole at the top. I gotta get a little pokey tool or something because this has got fabric stuck in it now. Here we go. I probably will put a metal eyelet in there. But not right now. Okay, also one of them, we'll see how it looks. How's that? Let's start on the bottom. I have a Brother sewing machine. It's like a beginner's model. And I love it. It's not liking this glue. I'm going to try to go around this music paper and see what happens. Not bad. Okay. Makes such a difference. I think I'll cut that off. And I like that. And if I decide I don't like it later, I can always cut it off. And we're going to have something here, maybe here. Natasha, is that her name? Natasha at, oh shoot. Let me just look, because it'll take 2 seconds for me to tell you. Well, come on, girl. Huh. There's week 2. Huh. Well, I'll have to put it in the description maybe. Let me see. Yeah. So this is one sewn, and this is one without. Big difference, right? Let's see if we can't finish one. So, as far as ephemera or anything, flowers or, let's see what I have here. This bird is adorable. I really like it, but it's too big. Too big for those. Let's see, what do I have? I have some lace. lace would be pretty. I want it to be able to go in a pocket, so I don't want a bunch of bulk. I think just a tiny little piece is all I need. Yeah. Don't remember where this is from. Okay, now maybe a label. So where is my... Ooh, isn't that beautiful? Well, we may have to use something like that. Here's a stamp, too. Paper, hidden copies. These are all tickets. Yeah, I remember. But I think I have... Oh, those are critters. So that won't work. No. A butterfly would work for sure. But I don't know if I have one that I really like. I like that though. Love that too. That's kind of bland. That's beautiful. Oh, here's some little ones. Let's look at this stuff. Let's look at this. Hold on, let me see if I can get you a little bit better. I'm working too close to my tummy. So if I put it right there and then I put this right here. Yeah, I like that. I don't like stems that end nowhere. I don't know why, but that bothers me. They just don't feel anchored to me. Yeah, if you're looking for, if you want to see if you can pick up some upholstery fabric, head on over to 2.5 Mile Art, 2.5 Mile Arts, yeah, 2.5 Mile Arts on Etsy. And just send them an email. This that I'm using is from Sample Packs, but they have rolls and rolls and rolls of fabric. He was actually getting rid of thinning it out. He was, and I have some. A lot of what I have is dark browns and black. So if you're looking for something like that, let me know. And then I do have some pink, like what I sent to Melody at Melody Made. And then what else do I have? I have some cream and some gorgeous forest green stuff that you guys have seen before. I made a journal out of it. I think I made 2 of them. It's beautiful. So I do have some if you're in the market. Okay. Might just need a little something right there. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get a marker and fix his antennae. Now, can I cut it without cutting it off? Probably not. So the playoffs are today, football, which you guys know I'm not into football. I've tried, really, for reals, I've tried. I don't understand it. I'm trying to learn it because, you know, it's a really good excuse to make great food. I like it. Now, for the back. Nah, I think I'd like to cover the whole thing, so let's do this. In fact, let's do that. This is Mod Podged heavily, so I don't know if this white glue will hold it. Did I tell you about my trip to Michael's? Yeah. We drove like 50 miles. I had 2 40% coupons, and I was bound and determined to buy some clear glue. And before I got done at the checkout, I thought my husband was going to have bail money. Oh My gosh. Oh. Apparently, Michaels has a new policy. They've labeled some things everyday special or everyday price, and that does not qualify for any of the coupons. It doesn't even qualify for the coupons that say 20% off everything, you know, your entire purchase. Yeah, I won't bore you with all the details, but it was a zoo. I understand they change their policy, that's fine, whatever, it's okay. But it took me 3 trips back into the store from the checkout to check prices for them because they had things priced wrong, and then the coupons wouldn't work at all, and then, oh, jeez. Yeah, it wasn't bad. I don't mind stuff like that as a rule, but the gal at the front was so rude. I don't know what her problem was. She was mean. It was kind of funny because he dropped me off at Michael's and he walked across the street to one of the Sportsman's Warehouse to get sized for these expensive boots that he's gonna buy. And I got out to the car when I was done and told him my story, which was, you know, it was kind of funny. Told him, I thought you were going to have to come bail me out. And he said, well, what if I needed bail money? I said, well, what was wrong with you? He went over there, I guess, and there was one girl on, and I'm going to keep it white. And her friend came in to visit with her, and they sat there visiting while my husband was standing there waiting to have somebody come and help him get sized for these boots. And they just let him stand there. Oh, so he left. Yeah, he didn't want to play that game. I said, you didn't even let him, you didn't say, hey, can you help me here? And he goes, no. They apparently had something really important to talk about, so I bet the manager would have liked to have known. That's gonna look cute. Yeah, it wasn't a great shopping experience for us that day. I don't know what was in the air or what, but okay. Let's see if we can't put a really pretty, let's see, what have I got? There's blue or black. No, not black. How about just plain old, how about ribbon? I'm gonna get ribbon. Hold on, I'll be right back. This is a little much, I realize, but we're gonna go all out. What the heck? So I did get a gallon of clear glue, but I didn't get it on sale. That really bummed me out. And I think that's why my husband is actually downstairs doing his thing, how he got spurred on, because I asked him to find me some brown shoe polish. Because I'm going to try it. That is adorable. If this just goes in a really light tuck, I might put a button or another maybe little bow or something right there, but I'm going to try to leave it flat so that I can, that is gorgeous. So I can tuck it in the old wear. Thank you, Shannon, and thank you, I think it's Natasha from Treasure Books. I really need to look. I need to look. She's right here. There's 3. How come? Huh. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna find her. Search. Mixed media. 5. Okay. Yeah, Natasha at Treasure Books. That's the original idea. And then Shannon at Mixed Media Minnesota used this idea for her Inspired Weekly Art Challenge. So this is super fun. She's just going around the internet or thinking up something, but a lot of times she's using the inspiration of others and then recognizing their efforts, and I just think it's great. This is going to be a beautiful tag. So I'm going to go ahead and make another 1 or 2 or 3, and I will let you guys go, and then I will be back. Thanks for watching, y'all. Let's all take care of each other. Bye.